Food is one of the greatest joys in life until it's not. From bizarre ingredients to strong, unfamiliar flavors, some dishes are so extreme that they make you question how they ever ended up on the menu. Today we're counting down the top 10 worst foods in the world. And trust me, you'll want to stick around to see what made the #1 spot. Starting our list is durian, the so-called king of fruits from Southeast Asia. Its taste is surprisingly sweet, but the smell, oh boy, it's been described as rotting onions, sewage and gym socks all in one. Some airports even ban it, but hey, if you can get past the smell, you might actually enjoy it. Next up is Casu Marzu, a cheese that's illegal in many countries. Why? It's crawling with live maggots. Yes, you heard that right. These little guys help break down the cheese, making it soft and apparently more flavorful. But eating this delicacy comes with the risk of maggots jumping into your mouth. Yikes! From Iceland, we have Hákarl, a fermented shark that smells like ammonia and tastes, well, like regret. The shark is buried underground for months to ferment, then hung to dry. It's a traditional dish, but even locals admit it's an acquired taste. Anthony Bourdain once called it the single worst thing he's ever eaten.
It's true. Hákarl is not for the faint-hearted, but for us, it's a part of our heritage and history. We grow up with it, and some of us even come to enjoy it.
Sweden brings us Surströmming, a fermented herring that's been dubbed the smelliest food in the world. When you open the can, a pungent, overwhelming stench fills the air. People often eat it outside because, let's be real, no one wants their house smelling like that.
The fermentation process creates gases that build up inside the can, making it bulge. When you finally open it, the smell is, well, unforgettable. It's definitely an acquired taste, but many Swedes enjoy it with potatoes and flatbread.
It's a unique culinary experience, to say the least. This one's not for the faint of heart. Balut is a fertilized duck egg containing a partially developed embryo. Popular in the Philippines, it's eaten straight from the shell and considered a protein-packed snack. For some, it's a delicacy. For others, it's an absolute nightmare. A Chinese specialty, the century egg isn't really 100 years old, but it sure looks like it. Preserved for weeks or months in clay and ash, it turns black and has a jelly-like texture with a sulfuric flavor. Think of it as a science experiment gone delicious or horrifying, depending on your perspective. In Greenland, Kiviak is a winter dish made by fermenting whole birds, feathers and all, inside a seal carcass. Yep, they stuff around 300 birds into a seal, sew it up, and leave it to ferment for several months. It's said to taste like strong cheese. But let's be honest, most of us wouldn't get that far. Street vendors frying stinky tofu with steam rising. Stinky tofu, popular in Taiwan and China, lives up to its name. It's fermented for weeks in brine that often includes rotting vegetables, shrimp and other interesting ingredients. The smell is overpowering, but for those who love it, the crispy texture and unique flavor make it all worth it. Ever wanted your food to stare back at you? Tuna eyeballs are a common snack in Japan and other parts of Asia. They're boiled or steamed and taste similar to squid with a fatty jelly-like texture. For the brave foodies, it's all about the adventure, but most of us would rather pass. And finally, the #1 spot goes to Kopi Luwak, aka cat poop coffee. This expensive coffee is made from beans eaten and excreted by civet cats. It's said the fermentation in the cat's digestive system enhances the flavor, but for many, the thought of drinking poop coffee is just too much to handle. And there you have it, the top 10 worst foods in the world. Would you try any of these? Or maybe you already have. Let me know in the comments below which food you think is the worst, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more wild food adventures. Until next time, happy eating, or maybe not.